It is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the LSU Tigers and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, the LSU head coach told me before the game, he understands both teams are in the top 25. Both teams are quality with a lot of talent on the rosters. But he believes this stadium can make a difference. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football. They have been pumping in crowd noise all week at practice to make sure they are prepared for this moment. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Out wide right, it's Hansen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
Well, 3rd down, they tried to run the football thinking they could catch the defense off guard. They were able to get some yards, not the first, though. So now you've got 4th and very short. And what do the analytics say to do here, head coach?
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. The keeper on the option. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. The throw. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Just like we expected, this home crowd getting involved right from the start. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Has it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, 1st down.
He'll set up to throw, and he will score! Touchdown, LSU! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Sooners ready to go on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Turning it on! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The penalty pushes the offense back for this 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. They'll give it to Robinson. Fighting off the defender. Taken down.
I don't think the defense was expecting a run on that play. 2nd and forever. They were all dropping back into coverage. They got gashed.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Mateer. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Slips through the line. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Under pressure. Not enough juice on that one.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Lets it develop. It's Durham. Nice move there. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Moving out to the right. He'll pull it down. They don't get nearly enough on 3rd down. 4th down coming from the 48. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Second and long here. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Here comes the heat. Right side, it's Sategna. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Third and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Sooners. Ball into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Nowhere to go.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Back to throw, it's Levin. Rush right in his face. Brings it in down the left side. Finds a seam. He's at the 10. And he scores. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He's changing the play. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Rush is on. Good job just to get rid of that one.
This dude will pick you apart if you give him time. You better get to him. You better make him feel uncomfortable. This defense did that. Nice job by the defense, hurrying the quarterback through his thought process.
Booster, booster. Sweet, sweet. Look, look, look. Slide, slide.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Complete to the right. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Sooners are marching down the field. To the air, it's Mateer. Hauls it in. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the LSU Tigers and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The Sooners head coach told me here in the pregame, here at home with this conference opponent and heated rival coming in, this is an opportunity to make a name for themselves in the conference. The SEC is off to a competitive start, and they have got to prove themselves here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Strong, stopping for no gain on the opening play. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if this squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Out of the backfield, he's open. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down, gonna throw it. They're all over him. He gets away, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll move the wide receiver. Rashad Downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Blaylock. There he goes. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
They're going to try to get this guy the football as many ways as they can. You're going to see it, obviously, in the running game, but here doing a nice job in the pass game, too. Leaking him out of the backfield, working the right side of the field. That's a nice game by the offense.
Gets the back moving. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. He turns that loose down the right side. Fires into traffic. Intercepted.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. He wants to throw it. Look out! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Unloads it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Knocked down immediately.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's a give to Robinson. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Back to throw. It's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points, start thinking about what play.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown Tigers! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And they did tack on the extra point. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do.
Booster, booster.
Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield. Got rid of it just in time.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. Making his first move. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Got the first down. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Drops back. It's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line.
Sweet, sweet. Look, look, look. Where did he go?
Drops back on first down. Oh, pressure's coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Western, Western. Here we go. Ready? 180, 180. Rock, rock, rock.
They'll send the back in motion.
Ready, go.
2nd down to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Changing the routes with his receivers. To throw, it's Mateer. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And he needed every little bit of strength to somehow sneak that over the crossbar.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Press center downs going to the air. Looking down the middle. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Oh, lack of concentration that time by the receiver. If he catches it, it's going to be a first down. You just have to look that ball in. Do what you do every single day in practice. In your sleep. That's a bad break for the offense early.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Harris. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Keeps it. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
He's piled up 76 yards rushing as he inches closer to that 1,400-yard milestone. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Third and long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. They just need a first down, but he wants more than that. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, on the sideline, got it in the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Making the adjustment. Wants to throw one first. He's going for the big play. Makes a deep grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The Sooners peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. To the air, it's Mateer. Out wide right, it's Robinson. Could not make his way to the corner.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
It's good.
Man, so many more times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Here's some daylight. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On 3rd down, here's Durham. Breaks into the open. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Guys, he's up to 103 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Levitt. Takes a shot at the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he added the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Throws to the tight end. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. At That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down.
Booster! Get. Ready, go!
Fresh set of downs going up top. It's dropped after taking the hit.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Wide receiver going in motion. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the right. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Bubba! Booster! Well, tipped. Go!
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He's got it on the run. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. He's going to change things up against this defensive look.
Squid! Go!
Wants to throw again. Fires into the end zone. And it's his fourth interception of the game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
He wants to go deep. Makes the grab down the left side. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Had to get rid of it quickly.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Long way to go on second down. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Right side, it's Brown. Turning it on. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. From deep, it's Thomas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Making the adjustment on the play. Gonna take a shot. Goes high to pull it in. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Return. Chip. Slash. Jet. Go.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it way down the field. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion. Drops back on first down. Going for 6. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback and you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. He'll be knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Not sure that's going to matter except to his statistics as we are seconds away from halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin with Boise State taking on the Utah State Aggies.
He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick his way and find some room on that return.
And it's the Broncos in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win.
They'll open the second half with a run. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing right. It's complete. Off to the races to the right. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
That is an unbelievable play by the offense. Not only do you convert 3rd down, not only do you convert 3rd and long, but you get an explosive play that now sets you up on the opponent's goal line, 1st and goal. Wow.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's Durham one more time. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down.
Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.